to an NBC News exclusive, a first look at the legal filings in the deportation case against Columbia University student Mahmoud Khalil. NBC News has now reviewed more than 100 pages of documents submitted both by the federal government and Khalil's legal team, and found that the Trump administration's case relies heavily on tabloid articles and inaccurate timelines. NBC's Chloe Atkins broke this story for us. She joins me now. Walk us through what you found.
So I want to break down the evidence into two buckets. The first bucket is Rubio's memo, which we've known about for a while now. And in that memo, it says that Khalil's activities are anti-Semitic and that his presence threatens U.S. foreign policy.
You're talking about Secretary of State Marco Rubio.
Exactly. Now, in the second bucket, it is where we have seen the government allege that Khalil omitted certain information regarding his work experience, internship experience from his permanent residency application, which he submitted in March 2024. And in the evidence that they submitted, the government, supporting those allegations, like you said, it heavily relies on unverified tabloid information. And so what NBC News did after reviewing the evidence, they reached out to many of Khalil's past work experience, internship experience, and they verified that what was submitted in his application was correct, and that these unverified tabloid articles that the government is relying on isn't checking out. So that was the really big takeaway here, Chris.
So how does Khalil's team refute these claims? Did they just kind of do what NBC News did, which is go back and say, point by point, here's why this isn't so?
Exactly. So they pointed out a CNN article from April 2024, really at the height of these protests that we saw in Columbia University and throughout the nation. And they quote him saying that there is no place or welcome for anti-Semitism or any type of racism on Columbia University's campus. They then go on to submit a ton of letters, records that directly support the dates and the time frame that he submitted in his permanent residency application. And a lot of that really echoes what his team, his legal team, has said in court filings and in hearings over the past month. And as of now, Chris, they have until next week to seek relief in his deportation case in Louisiana, where a judge just ruled that he can be deported.
Chloe Atkins, thank you, and thank you for that reporting.